Hey everybody! Today we're going to be learning a new unit on Southeast Asia, and we're going to be identifying countries and locating landmarks. It's time for you guys to get out the worksheets that I passed out at the beginning of class. These are the worksheets with the blank countries on them, and we're going to be filling them in as we go today. And if we don't get them all in the first round, it's okay. We'll be talking about it multiple times over the next few weeks, so you'll have plenty of time to fill in your maps. So as we start looking at this world map, you can see where China is, and that's basically the region of Southeast Asia, and we're going to zoom in and check that out. Now that we're pulled up on the Southeast Asia map, I would like for you to identify several countries for me. The first of which is China, and then India, Indonesia, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, and Vietnam. So now you should be able to identify all these countries, right? Just kidding. So now we're going to take a look at some of the bodies of water surrounding Southeast Asia. The first one that I would like you to notice is the Sea of Japan. Obviously, it's right next to Japan, so that one shouldn't be too hard to identify. The second one is the South China Sea. And this one's a little bit trickier to find because there's two China Seas, the East China Sea and the South China Sea. But we're going to be looking for the South China Sea. That's the one you're going to need to know on your test. The next body of water that we're going to need to learn about is the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean, if you find India and go south, you're basically there. And it's an ocean, so it's one of the 4 main oceans in the world, so it's quite a big body of water. The last one that we have is the Bay of Bengal. It is in the bays in between India and Bangladesh and some of the Indonesian islands. Also, something that you're going to need to know, even though it's not on the map, is the Korean Peninsula. That is where North Korea and South Korea, that whole little section of land right there is the Korean Peninsula. There are several locations on this map, several rivers and mountain ranges and deserts that we're going to be looking at. On this map in particular, I would like for you to observe the Ganges River. See that it's located in northern India. And another river that we would like to look at is the Yangtze River. This is also known as the Changjiang River, which is what it's seen as on this map. The Changjiang River is in northeastern China, and it comes down all the way through China, so that's one you're going to want to know. Another mountain range that you see is the Himalayan Mountains. The Himalayan Mountains are on the upper part of this map here. It's in northern India and Nepal and Mongolia. Those mountain ranges is also the home of Mount Everest, which is the tallest mountain in the world. It's also part of Tibet. So I didn't mention that before. The last river that we are going to be looking at is the Mekong River. This river starts in southern China and goes through Laos and Thailand and Cambodia and ends up in the very bottom of Vietnam. We're also going to be looking at many other rivers, such as the Huang He River, which is you see it as on the map, but it's also known as the Yellow River. Another river that we're going to be looking at is the Indus River. The Indus River is over in the top of India. You can see it there, the northernmost part of India, and it goes into Pakistan and even into some parts of China if you go down the other way. One of the deserts that we're going to be looking at is the Gobi Desert. The Gobi Desert is in southern Mongolia, and it goes into parts of the northern mid-China there. And the last desert we're going to look at is the Taklamakan Desert. That desert is in northwestern China and extends into parts of Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan and Tajikistan and Pakistan. So now we're going to see how much you learned. What I would like you to do is get out a sheet of paper and a pencil or pen, and if you would please write down every country that you remember us talking about, every river that you remember us talking about, mountain range, and desert. This isn't a test or anything, but this will count as extra credit for you on the end of our section for the more answers you get right, to see how well you've been paying attention.